everyone! Welcome to Kamustang PG, ang kamustahan ng Pilipinas at Guam. So, 2 weeks kaming nawala. So, medyo marami itong topics natin for today. Kasi meron kaming, syempre, naipon yung mga ganap. So, first, mabilisan lang daanan natin yung mga kinainan namin. Wala naman ditong parang extra or parang very unique. So first off is meron kasing Tony Romas dito sa Guam, located at Tumon. Anong masasabi mo sa Tony Romas, baby?
Not recommended.
Not recommended agad.
Di,
But I
totoo.
mean, to be fair, in fairness sa Tony Romas, on island, I find their ribs hindi naman the best, but one of the best yung ribs nila.
Pricey pa.
Yeah, yun yung negative point of Tony Romas is it's very pricey. Hindi naman na yun bago sa kanila kasi marami din namang Tony Romas sa Pilipinas, and I'm sure makaka-relate naman sila kasi kumbaga Tony Romas medyo nasa fine dining na. Hindi kasing fine dining ng Wolfgang, but I mean, you know what I mean. Nandun na siya sa level na gano'n. Kaya, i-expect mo na it's pricey, tapos magtitip ka ba. So, to be fair naman, okay naman yung food, especially the ribs. Not the best, but it's okay. But yun nga, we do not recommend. We do not, paras kami, we don't recommend Tony Romas. Next up is, this one is another tourist favorite, especially ng mga Koreans. Saan tayo nagpunta, baby?
Bitchin shrimp.
There's a restaurant here called Bitchin Shrimp. It's so far ang alam ko meron sa mall and meron sa Tumon. But we only went there to eat. We tried to eat light, so dalawa lang yung order namin actually is yung black pepper shrimp, tapos nag-beef curry, moko lang ako. Binigyan kami ng Chinese steamed buns. Ano masasabi mo, baby?
Steam buns lang.
Steamed buns lang yung nagustuhan mo.
Yung shrimp, basic lang na luto
Basic lang.
Yeah.
Black pepper.
Black pepper, ganun lang.
Hindi mo rin hilig yung
Yeah.
And isa pa, yung portion is
Very salty pa.
yeah. The portion is not really, I mean, it's catered to, kasi, it's like I don't wanna say tourist trap, pero it's right there. Talagang nakabalandra siya sa harap ng mga tourist kasi. Kaya parang, if you know Guam, alam mong you're better off somewhere else. But if you're a tourist,
Diyan tayo nag-celebrate na anniversary.
just basically, before kami pumunta ng Two Lovers Point, kumain muna kami sa Bitchin Shrimp. But, okay, do we recommend?
No.
Siya hindi niya na-recommend. Ako,
Pricey
personally,
din, tapos basic.
ako personally, if you're a tourist, kasi catered naman talaga yung menu nila, kagaya ng Loco Moco. It's a the Loco Moco is a local cuisine. So half of me says hindi ko siya na-recommend, pero if you're a tourist, you wanna taste the cuisine of the island, may cater naman yung Bitchin Shrimp. So half and half ako. Recommend, not recommend. Okay, so third one, kumain kami with the family sa California Pizza Kitchen. This one is also not something different sa Philippines. Alam ko meron ding California Pizza Kitchen sa Philippines. I just don't know how much different it is, but nagustuhan namin. Nagustuhan namin yung California Pizza Kitchen dito. It's not it has a price, but it's not as pricey as yung mga nabanggit ko before. Ano yung mga nagustuhan natin doon, maybe?
Ano nga ba yun? Yung pizza na the works name. Kung Pao Spag.
Yes, it's spag.
Roasted garlic chicken. Yan, masarap din yan. And especially avocado, egg rolls. Yan.
Avocado egg rolls. Yun, sarap.
Sarap,
Tapos,
super. And
yung
Thai crunch salad.
Yung Thai crunch salad.
Which is the sauce na...
Yun pa lang.
Na,
yung Thai crunch salad tsaka yung avocado egg rolls, panalo ka na. As in, panalo ka na. It has, also, ito, like I said, California Pizza Kitchen has medyo may price din siya, pero it's not as pricey as the others. I mean, kung may price man ng California Pizza Kitchen, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's
So,
worth it.
do we recommend?
We recommend.
Yes, we recommend California Pizza Kitchen. There are, as far as I know, there's two. There's one in Tumon inside, ano nga ba yun? Inside Outrigger. Nga ba? Or Dusit, whichever. And then there's one in Nagana. So, kaya kami wala last week. It was August 18, and we were celebrating our 8/18/18.
Anniversary.
It was our anniversary. So, nagpunta kami sa Two Lovers Point. Maglalagay ako ng mga konting pictures dyan. Two Lovers Point is one of the tourist attractions because it's a true story na merong mataas na lugar, merong magkarelasyon, pero parang ayaw silang pagsamahin kasi parang i-fix marriage yung babae. So, ang ginawa nila, dahil mahal na mahal nila yung isa't isa nila, nung panahon kasi na yun, long hair lahat. So, yeah, long hair. Yung mga islanders, long hairs. Tapos, so tinali nila yung buhok nila. Pinagtugtong nila yung buhok nila, and then, dahil ayaw nila magkahiwalay, tumalon sila dun sa cliff na yun. Namatay sila dun na nakatali yung buhok. So, hindi na sila napaghiwalay. Yeah, so yun yung story of Two Lovers Point. So, anybody who wants to go to Guam, who will tour Guam, or dadalaw dito, must see yung view ng Two Lovers Point. And ginawa na nila yung attraction. Mura lang naman yung admission, nasa $3. And then meron sila doon fence na pwede kayong maglagay ng lock.
$13
Hindi, kasi kasama na yung lock.
Oh, yeah.
So yung admission is $3 each. And then bibentahan din kayo doon ng lock na pwede nyo ilagay doon sa fence, na pwede nyo sulatan. So it's a good go-to para sa mga couples. Okay? So, and then since anniversary namin,
Happy anniversary,
baby. May gift sa akin si baby. May gift din ako sa kanya, pero sa kanya na lang makikita yung gift ko sa kanya pag ginawa niya na yung top 5 niya or top 10. Top 10 daw yung So, binigyan ako ni baby ng bagong iPad.
Yeah, ganda.
So, kasi yung last iPad ko, yung kagaya nung sa kanya,
na kay mommy.
Binigay ko sa mami niya para makapag-FaceTime sila parati habang nasa work ako. And kapag weekends, nakapag-FaceTime sila. So, may tanong sila. As a techie person, marami nagtatanong sa akin. Ano yung tanong nila sa akin, maybe?
Bakit hindi tayo bumili ng iPad Air or Pro?
Pagdating sa iPad?
Yeah,
Kasi,
sa iPad.
Tip ko to sa mga tao na hindi naman kayo professional na nag-animate or hindi naman kayo on the go na kailangan dala-dala niyo yung film editors nyo. Yung pinaka-basic na iPad is enough. Yung pinaka-base na iPad is nararan niya lahat ng programs, first of all. So, yung difference kasi minsan nabibili pa namin to ng, let's say, parang kung kunwari $200, yung Pro nasa 1,000. So, kita nyo naman yung difference. Parang makakabili ka ng 5 ganito compared sa isang Pro. Parang hindi mo naman kailangan, kagaya namin, pharmacist, doktor, hospital, hindi naman namin kailangan yung full power. May phones naman kami, may computer naman kami. Itong video na to, sa Alienware ko naman siya ine-edit. So, this is enough. Kung gusto mo lang na nakahiga ka sa kama mo, nanonood ka na Netflix na gano'n, may binili ka na gano'n. Yung base na iPad is enough to play your videos, your YouTubes, to look at pictures, to browse the web, to watch Netflix, to watch Hulu, Disney Plus, whatever, your Marvel movies. This is enough to do everything. Yung basic na iPad.
Mas wide na yung
Tsaka ganda na rin yung competition between yung screen nito at saka nung iPad Pro is very, very minimal. Hindi mo na mapapansin yung difference niya. Unless yun nga, nag-drawing ka doon, nag-animate. Yun na lang yung pinaka-difference. Kung hindi ka naman professional animator, It's not worth it. Okay, so let's move on. In the US, we have big news. Si Biden ay hindi nalalaban for presidency. Ang bagong Donald Trump's new challenger arrives, and she is Kamala Harris. So, at this point, kahit sinong manalo sa dalawa is fine by us. Kasi, noon na si Trump is not very good sa mga immigrants. But, total, nandito naman na siya. Medyo wala na akong pakialam. So, okay na. Okay na kami. I mean, either way naman, it's fine. It's just that I think we show it. No problem. It's okay naman. It's pero at this point, I think mas matunog ata si Kamala Harris kasi syempre she's unique. She's going to be the first female. Not only she's gonna be the first female, she's also gonna be the first female black US president. So I mean, marami siyang dala. Marami siyang ammo behind her weapon. So yeah. So mapunta tayo sa Pilipinas. Meron ba bang balita para sa amin, maybe?
Ano ba yan?
Yeah. First one. Marami tayong balita, so
ito yun.
I-rundown lang natin.
Union Congress of the Philippines scored the National Economic and Development Authority for saying a Filipino can survive on 64 a day to cover 3 meals.
Do you agree?
No.
Pati naman.
No!
Kasi punta kang Jollibee. Isang family bucket meal, 30. Tapos, punta ka na...
Saan yan?
Dito sa Jollibee, $30.
Pilipinas yan.
Ano ba? Pesos ba? Kasi $64. Pwede na.
Pesos!
Peso! No. Impossible.
64.
Impossible.
How much is the rice? How much egg ngayon?
It's stupid. It's
mga basic.
So, saludo ako sa mga taong kayang pagkasyahin ng 64 pesos.
Yeah.
Sa isang araw to cover 3 meals a day daw yun. 3 meals a day.
Rice.
O papagkasya ko yung 64 pero kakain lang ako 1 beses ang araw. No, that's not true. And then next one.
Robin Padilla on non-consensual sex. Wala ka sa mood. Paano ako? Ikaw ba? Wala sa mood.
Okay, so Senator Robin Padilla is not. I've never been a fan of Robin. I mean, I respect his celebrity career, but not his opinions, his strategies, his political career. I mean na natin, nanalo ka kasi artista ka.
Ganon?
Oo, nanalo ka kasi pogi ka. Gano'n naman ang Pilipino eh.
Pogi ka rin.
I mean, hindi naman ako, hindi ko naman, I mean, you know what I mean. Ano naman eh, unfortunately sa Pilipinas, the book will always be judged by the cover. Walang magbubuklat ng libro mo na hindi tinitingnan yung title, yung synopsis.
So what can you say about dun sa wala ka sa mood?
Okay, so mukha namang na-lecturean na daw si Robin Hood na rape is rape. Pag walang consent,
pag ayaw,
hindi mo pwedeng ipilit. Otherwise, statutory rape, it's rape na yun. Rape na yun. So, kahit pa asawa mo yan. So, oo, may urge ka. Bilang a grown person, matured person, kailangan matuto kang kontrolin yung sarili mo. So, yun. Yun lang yun. Sabi nga ni Trillanes, pag nag-mature ka daw, pwede na kayo mag-usap. So, may video yun.
Yeah.
Nakita mo, na-jersey ko, reflash ko dyan. Tapos, yun. Next one.
PAOK confirms Alice Guo is already out of the Philippines.
Ano ba naman yan? Sobrang focused na nga tayo sa kanya, nakatakas pa. Siguro naman may mananagot para dyan. Yung mga tao sa immigration, kung sino man nakapagpalusot. Nung estudyante ako, may nakaaway ako na senior kasi sabi ko, feeling ko pugad na ang Pilipinas ng mga international criminals eh. Kasi alam nila na kahit anong lala ng mga kaso, anytime pwede silang tumakas or nababayaran nila yung mga tao. This is a perfect example. Pero wala na yung senior ko na yun. Nagpaalam na siya. So, nagalit pa nga siya sa akin kasi alam ko medyo patriotic siya. I mean, patriotic din ako, pero kailangan nating tanggapin yung katotohanan na kagaya nga nito si Alice. Obviously, connected siya doon sa mga pogo, obviously connected siya sa mga scams, human trafficking nga. Human trafficking, pati si Kiboloy, baka mamaya makatakas din yan. So, I hope magkaroon tayo ng konting higpit.
Malakas,
Malakas na grip. Marcos, gawin mo naman. gawin mo ng paraan yan. Justice must be served. Otherwise, your country is country of the criminals. Anyway, so last one. Baby.
So, Philippine detects first Mpox case this year. So, Doc Gab, ano bang Mpox?
Mpox is short for monkeypox virus. Hindi naman to bago eh. Nagkaroon na ng Mpox scare sa Philippines noong 2022 to 2023.
So, saan ba nagsimula at paano nahahawa?
As in the word monkey, animal to human. Paano nahahawa? From human to human is yung fluids na. So, yung laway or direct contact sa mga sugat, sexual contact. It takes direct, hindi siya kagaya ng COVID na area, ganun. Kailangan talaga may contact para mahawa ng monkeypox.
Ano naman ang mga signs and symptoms?
Monkeypox is very similar to chickenpox. So, magkakaroon ka ng kati-kati, mga parang rashes, and then feeling mo pagod na pagod ka, lalagnatin ka, ganun. So, kaya medyo mahirap i-differentiate via observation ang Mpox versus chickenpox.
So, pag nahawa, gaano katagal magkaroon?
Yeah, in other words, yung incubation period. Incubation period is pag nahawa ka na, 4 to 11 days, pwede nang lumabas yung symptoms.
At pwede ba itong ikamatay or anong rate ang...
I mean, if left untreated, kung hindi nagamot, kung hindi ka nag-cyclovir or antivirals, may death rate na 1 to 10%. So, parang 1 out of 10, pwede mo sabihin na kung hindi mo treat, pwede ikamatay na isang pasyente.
And paano ito nanda-diagnose?
Meron kaming yung final diagnosis ito, yung specific diagnosis ito, ma-identify mo siya through PCR. What is PCR? PCR is a polymerase chain reaction test. Doon ma-identify yung strand ng Mpox. Tapos, para sa mga naging estudyante ko dyan sa virology, this is a good exercise for my medical students. Can you identify me the structure of Mpox? Yung mga estudyante ko kasi alam nila yun. So, let's say, so Mpox is under Poxviridae. Poxviridae is a envelope virus. It is a double-stranded DNA virus. So, yun.
So, anong pwede kong ibigay na gamot na sa pharmacy?
So far, as of now, I mean, yung kung ano man yung mga na-develop before for Pox virus, pwede rin yun. Pero today, merong medication na, ano yun? Tecovirimat. It's approved, and I think it's the number one medication treatment for Mpox. So before kami magpaalam, shout out and happy birthday.
Shout out
kay Lola.
Kay Lola.
Happy birthday pala si Lola.
I love you, Lola.
We love you.
Birthday.
Happy birthday, Lola.
More birthdays to come,
Yeah.
and good health.
Good health, Lola.
I miss you, love you.
Hopefully, yeah. Magkita-kita pa.
Yeah.
So, yun.
Stay healthy.
So, yun lang for today. Yun lang for this week. And we will see you again next week here back at Kamusta Kang PG. Kung meron kayong mga opinion, meron kayong mga comments, meron kayong mga disagreement, or meron kayong mga kailangan correct sa mga sinabi ko, pwede yung comment below. Tapos, yun, please like, share,